So I, as an audit firm, I do, let's say, 100 audits, and then the PCAOB decides out of those 100, we're going to inspect X number of audits. About what percentage is it that get inspected?
Yes, so it's different for between, so there are three sort of category. The one category is what we call the global network firms. They are the big six. So the big four plus Grant Thornton and BDO, they're the largest firms. We select them in terms of the number for the big four, it's like about 50 plus or minus, each year. And then BDO and Grant Thornton are less than that because they have less clients. Because if you think about it, the majority, all of the S&P 500 and, the large accelerated issuers are all mostly audited by Big Four. And then the next category is what we call the annual firms. They are firms that have more than 100 issuer. They get inspected annually as well. And that percentage is about 10%. I personally think that our inspection program is disproportionately burdensome on these firms. And they are smaller, but if you think about it, their audit partners actually get inspected a lot more frequently, given the percentage we focus on. That's why I have heard feedback from many of those firms that they are trying to, especially if you're like a little bit more than 100, they actually are trying to like get rid of their audit clients to get under 100. So the third category is any firms with less than 100 issuer, and they get inspected every 3 years.
So that's a big difference going from annual inspections to triannual or
Yes,
triennial. I think that's the word.
yes,
A lot less work.
yes,
So the firms that get inspected annually that are smaller than the big six, the big four plus BDO and Grant Thornton, you said it's about 10%. And I believe you said that for the largest firms, those top six, it's about 50 audits each that get inspected.
yes.
What does that work out to as a percentage of the audits that they do? Is that around 10%? Is it more? Is it less?
No, it's less
It's
because,
less.
if they have, let's, you know, assume that they have, if we have, there's like 4,000, well, maybe 5,000 public companies now, and let's say, about 2,000 of them are large. And so if you think about among the big four, there are like threshold is probably less than 10%. I don't know the exact
Mm,
number, but in my head, and it depends on which firms, I think they get probably from a percentage wise, they get audit inspected less. Plus, you think about how much resources they have in terms
yeah.
of national office and all that kind of stuff. That's why I think it's disproportionately burdensome on the um, you know, annually
Right.
inspect firms.
Yeah, that seems unfair that the largest firms would have fewer inspections as a percentage of their audits than firms that are smaller than them.
Yes, I think that I mean, these are all the things I've been hearing, as part of my engagement with especially smaller firms. I'm learning more about the impact to them, and also more importantly, the impact to the capital market ecosystem as a whole. I personally, I just don't think it's good to for a very important part of an ecosystem to try to not grow. That doesn't sound like a good thing to me, especially if we are trying to, really like facilitate capital formation. We want our capital markets to grow. we need to make sure we have resilience in the audit marketplace to make sure that we have enough supplier to support, especially the smaller issuers, because they are not the big four is not going to audit those clients.